Alrighty, there we go. Okay, so Facebook ads. Megan was actually the one that sort of reached out to me and said that a couple of her coaches were really wanting to get, hi Kathy, Kate's here. They were wanting to get started on some Facebook ads. And I've actually been kind of messing around a little bit with Facebook ads. I did a lot of training on Facebook ads when I started as a coach with Brian. Brian's quite into Facebook ads. That's how I started my whole business, was on a like business page. It was called a like page when I started. I think now it's really referred to as a business page, but that's how I started. And I did that because that's how my coach started. So that's how Amy was running her business when I became a coach. She didn't start it that way because they didn't even exist when she started coaching, but they quickly really got into ads. So when I started coaching, I kind of just, like we tell you guys to do, just follow our lead and do what we're doing. And that's what she was doing. So that was kind of what I knew. And I was in a position, or I guess I just realized that to grow a business, you often have to invest in it. So I decided early on that I was going to invest $3 a day. Because at the time when you had a like page, you really needed to build up the viewers on your page before it would really generate too much traction. And that's still the same with a business page now. You can't really treat a business page like your personal profile. People are not going to see your stuff if you're not like really putting some effort into that page. I think some of our coaches would say that that's true, that they kind of had like pages and really kind of just dabbled in them. And it really hasn't generated much business for them until they've decided to maybe invest some more time and some more money. You have to basically now, if you're going to have a business page, you have to be willing to invest in it. And that's why I said for this call, if you're here, I don't want to waste your time or my time, right? Like I want you to be willing to be you don't have to put a lot of money into it, but you have to be willing to put at least like $1 a day to really have this make any sense. You also have to be prepared for a little bit of time. You need to be responding to people that are liking your posts, but also liking those ads. I mean, I try and message every single person that comments on my posts or likes my posts or likes my ads. You know, I try and engage with them, or it's just wasted money. If you're just not engaging with them, it makes no sense. So if you're here, I need you to make that commitment, right? If you're going to have a business page, you need to actually put a little bit of effort into it monetarily as well as time. However, I know some of you are thinking, oh my God, I already like do a post here and a post there, and now you're asking me to do another post. You do not have to create new content for your like page. Here is the deal with Facebook. Nobody sees your stuff twice unless it's okay? So if you have someone like, for example, my aunt or my husband, my mom, they probably see all of my stuff because we're family, right? And I'm just going to show up in their feed a lot because they're going to like everything. Well, they want to see my stuff. I'm not annoying them, but your friends, well, I maybe am, but they don't tell me. Your friends, customers, acquaintances, they don't see enough of your stuff to see everything. So you don't have to worry about like just one of my friends seeing a post like every hour and that she was just going to get so annoyed. That's never, ever going to happen. And if it does and it bugs her, she's just going to unfollow you. So don't worry about it. Like, don't give it a second thought. I spent a lot of time recreating content for every single page. I don't do that anymore. I just copy and paste and take it over to my like page. I may, like tonight, I tried to do an example tonight that made sense. So if you go to all my pages, I have my personal page, I have my support group, and I have my business page. I took 3 different selfies, which we always do anyways. Like, you know, you take a couple angles when you're taking your selfie. So I'll often post one on my like page and one on my personal page. It's just a different angle, but the message might be the same. Okay, so like if you go and look at my pages tonight, it's all the same story. It's about me leading a Facebook training, but I copied and pasted the exact same thing, used a slightly different picture on my personal page and my like page, and then in my support group, where I feel I build the most relationships, because that's where I want to funnel everyone into. So I use my like page and my personal page as basically a funnel to get people into my support group. And that's where I'm going to give them the most value. That's where I think they're getting the most of me. So that's where I really told them how I was feeling about tonight. I was a little bit nervous, I never thought that I would be leading a training. I gave them a bit more of a story, but it was still kind of the same content across the board. So I tried to do that tonight specifically for you guys to see. You don't have to be recreating the wheel, just copy and paste. Some other things that you want to throw, so you want to be posting about 3 times a day. Like, you don't have to go crazy, but 3 times a day is really good to keep you in people's feeds. So I like to have one post that is me. So like I said, just a copy and paste post from somewhere else. And then recipes are always good. Like, most of our niche is going to be recipes. They love recipes. Viral videos I will often share. So just search viral videos and share it. Like, anything that's funny, little quotey memes, funny stuff, like whatever your niche is, right? You want to be sharing stuff like that. Whatever your people are interested in, that's very easy. That's what you're interested in. People overthink that so much. If it interests you, it interests your niche. You don't have to overthink that at all. If you're a mom that's into crafts, your niche is a mom that's into crafts. Post about crafts. Like, if you're a mom, post about kids. If you're a runner, post about running. Like, what interests you is going to interest them. What you think is funny, they are going to think is funny. That's who you want to talk to. If you're in your 50s, you want to talk to 50-year-old women. You want to help them. What is their problem? What is your problem? Like, what are you dealing with right now? That's what's going to interest your crowd. I'm in my 40s, starting menopause, all that kind of stuff. So I'll start posting about that stuff. Whatever you're going through in your life is going to interest your niche. So you want to share stuff that interests you. If you're scrolling through Facebook and something catches your eye, you think it's really funny, share it. Or, put that on your page, because your niche is going to think that's funny too. So you don't have to get too overcomplicated on a like page. Go to Pinterest and grab a beautiful quote that really speaks to you, or whatever. Like, it doesn't have to be hard. I always do 1 video a day. So whether it's a shared video, I'm really trying to remember. I'm terrible for remembering to video myself work out. I just always forget. But I'm trying to do that once a day to get that on there. So that's something you can do. But anything like that. But don't make it this big deal that you're creating all this new content. Yeah, and you want the same rules go with the jab hooking, right? Like, that goes across the board. You don't want to be like hooking all over the place, but you want to hook at some point in time. Like, you want to have challenge group invites there. You want to have coaching invites there. Like, I treat it very similar to my other pages. I just bring it over. So last night I did a coaching invite because we had a sneak peek. So I just copy and pasted what I posted in my group and put it on that page too, because different eyes are going to see it. So you want to follow that same format that you're, giving value, jabbing, we went through all of this in December and January. So you want to do the same thing over there. I also like to have a balanced page. So I say to you, like, share videos, but just don't share videos. Like, you got to do more than that, because that's pretty easy. I know that. And you don't just want it to be all quotes. I see a lot of like pages that are just that, funny quote, inspirational quote, stock image from Team Beachbody. Funny quote, inspirational quote, stock image. Like that is not going to create any interest in your page. So you have to have yourself in there. You have to be creating trust, just like you do every other page. And that's why it's just really easy to share the content that you've made. Your pictures. We need to talk about pictures a little bit. Your pictures need to be bright and beautiful. I'm sorry, it's just the way the world is. Beauty is going to attract people. And that does not mean you have to be beautiful. We're all beautiful. It doesn't mean that you have to be the prettiest Beachbody coach and have beautiful blonde hair, but you need to have bright light and a nice, like as clean of a background as possible. Like you need to have good pictures. It's easy to figure this out, guys. You just need to go to YouTube and plug in, how do I take a good selfie? And watch a 10-minute video and get some tips. Those dark pictures, especially on a like page, because nobody knows you from a hill of beans. You're talking to people that have no clue who you are. So your pictures need to be as bright and clear and attractive as possible. So you're really attracting them. I don't mean you need to be beautiful. I just mean the picture has to be really good quality. We don't have to be a photographer. It's easy. Like I can even see in my pictures, like I work out in the morning. So my morning pictures are always really dark and kind of grainy. And then if I take something sitting here during the day, there's all of these lights. I look like freaking 20 years younger. Like the bright light coming in makes the picture look so much nicer. So find the place in your house that's the best yeah, there goes Dar with her light. Find the place in your house, just play around with it. I know it feels weird at first, but it makes all the difference. If you're going to get some pictures ready for an ad, which that's what this call is about, and I am getting there, you want to make sure, you know, your hair's done, you got some makeup on, you found that place in your house that has really great light, and take a nice picture of yourself. It does not have to be a professional picture in ads at all. In fact, they should be a little bit more real. Like a real picture of you is great, but make sure that it's got some good quality to it. We will never be as good as Darlene, but that's just the way it is. So anytime you make a post, it's like any other page, make sure you're connecting with it. I already went through this, but invest in the people that are investing in your page. If you are not connecting with them, that is a waste. That's such a waste. So if someone likes your page, I would go add them as a friend right away. And as soon as they add you back, send them a little like, hey girl message. We're good at those. We've got that down pat. So make sure you're doing that. That's your sort of unpaid, you know, you don't have to pay for any of that. That's those kind of connections that you're not having to pay for on a like page. They're few and far between. So make sure you're taking advantage of every single one. Okay. So on to ads, which everyone wants to do. So my opinion right at the moment is, if you are just starting, and I've changed this is probably going to be a surprise to a few of you, but I've been doing a little bit of training just in the last couple weeks. So when I started my like page, I ran an ad for likes, like specifically for likes. I paid $3 a day for likes. I've changed my tune on that because I feel like if you run an ad just for likes, that's the only thing anyone can do on that ad. They can just like your page. They can't comment. You can't really engage with them, like unless you message them from when they like your page, which is fine, but it's nice to get more traction. If you have a post, what I've been doing is I took just a very simple quote and a picture of myself, and I did a boosted post for engagement. So they will, by default, end up liking my page when they like my my post, right? Like they're seeing the quote and it's connecting with them and they're liking it. So then I'm going in right away and being able to message them, say hi, invite them to my support group, and also invite them to like my page. So it's kind of doing all of these things at one time instead of having them just like the page. So I'm going to share my screen and show you what I have been doing lately. Okay, so you can start an ad two different ways. You can go physically into the ads manager and start your ad like this, but you can also do it right from your page. And I think that's what I'm going to show you because it's a little bit easier to do. And they've changed this recently, so it makes it a lot easier actually. It's going to take a couple minutes probably because we're in Zoom. Okay. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so there's my page. Let's pull down this here. So here is my ad that I have running right now just for engagement. So this is not for a challenge group. This is not for a coaching invite. It's nothing. It's literally just an ad to connect with people. So there's a bright picture. You know, I'm all about the coffee. That's one of my things. So there's a big coffee mug there, and my quote is coffee in one hand, confidence in the other, who's ready to win this day. So I started this March 7th. What the cool thing about this is I have reached almost 7,000 people. 537 and more have liked it. You know, 32 have loved it. So I have literally spent, like, I have messaged every single person. I've added them as a friend. I don't do them all at once. I just literally do like 20 or so a day. The first thing I do is I click this button. So as soon as they like this, it's going to show up for me and I'm going to be able to see, oh, okay, Sarah Watson liked this. Mandy Walker liked this. So I'm immediately going to invite, I'm going to click that invite button, and now she has been invited by me to like my page. So you can see how many people, you know, I've invited all these people. And I mean, they do and they don't, but I always message them. And it's interesting. The people that like it often don't respond to my message. Now this girl did. She did everything. So she responded to my message because I just talked to her tonight. She became a friend with me. Like, I don't know her from a hill of beans, right? But I added her as a friend, sent her a message, and invited her to like my page all at the same time. So I'm making that really big connection right at the beginning. And I mean, it hasn't taken very long to get to that point, to have that many people clicking on it. So I've got some people that have liked it today that I need to go in and invite. So that's the great thing about this sort of post. Your challenge group posts and stuff like that, it's really just connecting with people that, want to lose weight or they're interested in the challenge, and they're important. And I'm going to show you that as well. But I do think if you're just building up your page, something like this, $1 a day, a couple bucks a day, I've been spending $5 a day, and it's really built up very fast. The great thing about this is people will share this. So I've had 12 people share it. When they share this, it's now going on their page. So now people that they're friends with are seeing my page and maybe coming back and liking it themselves. So it gets a lot of traction when you can give people the ability to share your post, comment on your post. As soon as they comment on the post, it's going to share it. So it gives it a lot of traction. So if you have something funny or inspirational just to try out, I would definitely do this. This is a great way to build up the likes on your page. Okay, so if you want to do that, so say today I wanted to boost something that I have going on here. Why don't we just, for fun, I'll boost this. So this was my tonight, you know, mompreneur, tights, big fuzzy sweater. So say I thought this was just going to be the best post ever and it would get lots of attraction. I could go here and click boost post. Okay. Everybody can see that? Okay. So now you are going to want to actually make an audience. So this is the great thing that's changed about doing this boost post button. You can actually make some targets right here. And that's the important thing. This is where you want to be talking to your people. So if you just clicked boost post and put $5 on it, it would go out to like everybody in Facebook. You don't want to talk to everybody in Facebook. You want to talk to your people. And this is the really cool thing about ads. You can narrow it down right to the core of you. You can figure out what you're really interested in and target that exact thing. So you can literally go in and click who you want to talk to. So this is an old target that I have set up, but it does show you what I've been doing. So I've been targeting the United States. I've targeted 28 to 40-year-olds, only female. I'm targeting English, obviously. I'm targeting people who match. You know what? This one's a bad one. I don't want you guys to see. That's an old one. I want to go to the one I'm using. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Okay, I'm just going to create a new audience so you guys can really see. Okay, let's do, okay, so I'm good. This is like what you would do first time to create your audience. So you're going to name whatever you want to call your little thing. Most of us, I think all of us probably are going to just want to target women. You want to narrow down that age. Like, don't try and talk to the whole world. Like, quite frankly, I do not want to talk to 21-year-olds because we don't have, like, sorry, Shelby. How old are you, Shelby? Probably 21. How old are you, Shelby?
26.
Oh, see, yes, you're right in my, there you go. I do 26 usually to 43 is what I usually do. And that's actually pretty broad. Like, you can narrow that down even more. But so like someone 21, I just wouldn't have a lot in common with them, right? Like, we probably wouldn't see a lot of the same things. So it doesn't make sense for me to try and attract that market. So you can go United States, and I was always taught only to do one country at a time, but they've kind of changed the rules on that. So now I'm doing both United States and Canada. So you can pick your location, exactly where you want to go. And then this is where you get to do your detailed targeting. So if you just stopped there, you'd be talking to millions and millions of women, like women that really you wouldn't like in real life. You want to talk to people that you like, that have your vibe, right? Like, our end result is we want to work with these people as coaches. You know, that's the end result. So you want to think about, who would I want to work with? Not everybody. You want to have your people. So this is where you can really get into what you like. So for me, I like coffee. I like wine. I like home decorating. I'm a hairstylist. Like, there's lots of things that you can think about. So I could say to myself, well, I love Target. Like, I like Target. But when we really think about Target, that's a pretty broad range of people. So in my opinion, Target, that's too broad. Okay, I love Winners. Pretty broad. What kind of stuff do I buy at Winners? Like, what are the brand names that I buy at Winners? Okay, I love Crate and Barrel. So there's something I can target. So anyone that likes Crate and Barrel, perfect. That's going to be one of my targets. I like Kate Spade. All right, I'm going to add Kate Spade. Pottery Barn. So what happens when you start filtering in some things, you get suggestions that start coming up too, right? So, okay, Michael Kors, yep, I love West Elm. Okay, so that's probably got clothing covered. Now, I do have a 6-year-old. So I'm gonna go in here and say, where do I like to buy clothes for the Justice? So, Justice the band, I don't think that's it. So sometimes you have to go down here. Who knows if this is really Justice, but I'm going to use that as an example. Another one would be the Children's Place or Gap. Gap would be a great one because I actually buy her stuff there. So there's the Gap. Something else that I like to read. We all like to read, right? So let's go in. Okay, you could do authors, you could do music. Like someone like Megan, nursing, like, and I'll do a Veda because that was the type of product I use. So now I'm like really narrowing it down. I'm going to do wine. I love wine. Like, I don't want people that don't like wine on my team. I'm just kidding. So all of these kind of things, you can even target different pages. So something that I always do is Scary Mummy. Like, I love her. I love that sarcasm that she shares. So I put her in there too. It used to be, I'm sure Darlene is thinking, oh my God, that's too many targets. Like, you're not supposed to do that many targets. I don't know. The training that I've been taking now, they do not worry about that big number. They really just want you like doing about 7 to 10, 5 to 10 different targets has really been working well for me. I cannot believe the women that are liking my ads, especially this Coffee and Confidence one, like they're almost like mirror images of me. It's insane, actually. It's crazy. So really just jotting down, like if you have a list of 50 things that you're interested in, and you can play around with this thing, because as you saw, as soon as I punch in something, more stuff comes up that might sort of pique your interest, like Bed Bath and Beyond, wine tasting, Pier 1, you know, like anything, hand eczema, like PCOS is another one I often put, adoption, all of that kind of stuff. So this is going to target people that are in Canada, in the US, that are between the ages of 26 and 43. They speak English and they like one of these things. So it's going to like target right to them. So that's your targets. But you need to narrow it down even one more level. And this is where you use exclusions. You need to click that exclude people. It's crazy. You guys probably look at my page and say, oh my God, she's got like 11,000 followers. 7,500 of them are Beachbody coaches. We all follow each other. So I really do not have that many followers, to be quite honest. When I actually did this narrowing down once, I just took away Team Beachbody and Carl Daikeler. And this was actually probably a year ago. So I took away those two things. Yeah, I think that was the two things that I took away. And I only had 1,000. So my page had about 9,000 people at the time. And I took away those two things and I only had about 1,500 followers once I excluded that. So you want to make sure, because the thing is, you don't want to spend your money. Like, you don't want me seeing your ad, right? Like, that makes no sense. Why would you pay for me to see your ad? You only want people to see your ad that could potentially be in your challenge group or could be a potential coach. So this is where you go in, and these are the exclusions that you always, always want to use. Carl Daikeler. No offense, Carl, but the only people that like you are people that are coaches. Like, normal people don't like Carl Daikeler. Like, maybe a few, but not very many. Team Beachbody. Anything to do with Team Beachbody, you want to get out of here, because nobody likes Team Beachbody unless they're a coach. Like, why would they? It doesn't make any sense. So there's like Team Beachbody Summit, Team Beachbody Coach Corner. Like, it's insane. Coach Connections. There's a whole bunch of them. I have now that no other network marketing company can be like, we can't intertwine. I now go in there and do like Isagenix, at works. Like, I don't want these ladies costing me money, right? Like, if they see my ad and they click on it, I get charged. So I don't want them seeing it, because they click on it all the time, right? They want to see what you're doing. So that's why they click on it. So I try and get rid of them. Not at works, it works. And maybe there's some things that you can think of that you wouldn't want. I've often excluded like Darren Hardy, the compound effect. Like, who reads the compound effect? Every single Beachbody coach when they start. So I've excluded all that kind of stuff. So we aren't, I'm not having to spend money on those people. So does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You guys get that? So I really sat down with a piece of paper and literally like banged out like 50 different things that I could target. 50 different like stores and makeup, like what interests you. Like, if I was into making jewelry or scrapbooking or crafty, or some of the authors, if you're a big reader, music would be another thing. All that kind of stuff. Anything that would be really interesting to you, try and find it here. The odd time you're going to plug something in and it might not show up. I don't know why. It's weird. I forget something I tried the other day, and I don't know. It just wasn't there. So just forget about it and try something else. There's so many different things.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
Can I just ask, like, you might have said this, but I had a visitor in my room here. Mm-hmm. How many targets, like, would you put? Like, is there a limit? Like, should you stop at some point?
Yeah. Honestly, Megan, it used to be like people told us to only do one. And now, since I've been doing all this training in the last couple of weeks, most people, the lowest I've heard is 5. But I watched a lady today, and she's got an amazing page. She did an amazing training, and she puts 20. So I've been trying about 7 to 10 this last couple of weeks, and I'm having amazing luck. Like, honestly, my ads are doing a lot better. I mean, I've just been kind of playing around with it, and I go in and check them all the time. And if they're not getting likes, I just stop it. That's the awesome part about doing these ads. If they're not getting the attention that you want, like if it's gone for a whole day and nothing happened, then just stop it. Just stop it. You don't have to keep going. Even though you said you were going to spend $5, $10, you were willing to spend $25 maybe, don't worry about that. You don't have to spend that much. Oftentimes with my challenge group, like I will do a challenge group ad, and I'll show you guys this. So all that you would have to do there, that's creating the audience. So I'll save that. And then we know that this is the post I want to do. So that's what it's going to look like. That's what it's going to show up in people's feeds. And now you're going to go to budget, and you can click whatever you want. I think you can still do $1. Yeah. Oh, it's telling me 7 because you have to do it for the week, I guess. Yeah. So that would be $1 a day. So you can, and it's kind of telling you the range that you might get, and you can actually specify the days. You can run the ad until whenever. You'll spend $1 a day where it's going to be charged, and then you just click boost. Now, sometimes there's going to be wording that Facebook doesn't like. If you can't use the before and after. Your text, I don't think they actually stop anything about text anymore. It used to be that your text had to be really, really small. I think that they've actually let that go. But if your text on your picture has, like, if it's too big, if it's more than about 25% of the picture, I think, it's not going to get shown very much. And quite honestly, I think this type of an ad just a pretty picture. Like this would not be a picture I would use. I want my face. I want people to see my face, bright, clear, cheery, you know, that's what I want to do in an ad. And I think when we do all those funly like words and stuff, I don't think that's the best for an ad. So I would just keep it like a nice picture of yourself with a nice inspirational quote. If you posted a couple days ago or a couple weeks ago, I posted like Lucille Ball? Did you guys see that? It was probably the moms on the team saw it. It was like her different stages of momhood, like her hair was out here, and it was a really funny kind of meme thing. And it started getting a lot of traction. That would have been a perfect thing for me to boost. So it doesn't have to be you. You can boost whatever you want. You can boost Megan. I would go and take one of your workouts with your kids crawling all over you, boost something like that to get likes on your page, get more eyes on your page so you can build relationships on your page. I think it's a great way to get more likes on your page. Okay, so I'm just going to cancel that because I actually do not want this to happen. Okay, so that's a really easy way to get lots of traction, spend a little bit of money, and get some more stuff going on your page, more likes, and then building up relationships. If you want to see an easy way of who is liking your page, click on settings up at the top, and then go to people and other pages, and all your likes are going to show up here. Okay, so all your new likes, and you can literally just scroll over that girl's name and I can message her. And that's exactly what I will do tonight. It's usually the last thing I do. I'll come in here and I'll message her just, hey, thanks for liking my health and fitness page. Or, you know, I love connecting with other women and mom. Like, look at her, she's a mom. Christina Parker, she's a coach on our team. That's not fair. Here's another girl. You know, I will add her as a friend and I will message her tonight. And I'll give her a link to, oh, Freddie. Now, I don't know how you got here. Yeah, so that's an easy way to see who's liked your page. Okay, so now I am going to go into Ads Manager so you guys can actually see. Actually, I might be able to show you here. To be able to see who is like commenting or liking your ads, you just go into notifications. So as soon as someone has liked something, it's going to show up in your notifications. So you just click on notifications. That's where you're going to see if someone likes just your normal post that you've posted as well. So here is a challenge group ad. So a specific challenge group ad that I have running right now. And there was a bunch of us on our team kind of using the same thing, same image, same wording, everything, target. And I was finding that was just getting a little bit too much. And I was feeling like it should be a little bit more personal now. So my script or my post is a little bit different. It has a lot to do with my story because I'm really wanting to connect with people that have similar, troubles and challenges. So this is what my challenge group script is. Ready for a change, looking for women who need help getting back on track with their health and fitness. We're starting a 21-day health and wellness program together that teaches you ways to reach your goals. Sound interesting? Comment below. And then I go into, our normal kind of challenge group invitation that you would post in your support group or wherever. And then I have like a 21-day fix image. This image has done everything for me. This is a brand new ad that I just started a couple days ago. But I've used images like this for the last probably for the last 6 months, and they've done really, really well for me. I have up until this point been targeting Beachbody. So I've actually been targeting people that like Beachbody, and it's actually been awesome. People have responded really, really well. I have gone in and changed it a little bit just recently, which I can show you. I've added some targets. So I'm kind of changing everything that I said. And that's the thing about this business, man. Things change so fast and you just have to be so on top of it. I noticed, like, if you're in the Team Rise Up page training, it's from 2014. So it's not necessarily something that I would be taking as gospel at this point. Okay. So this is where you can turn on and off your ads if you just go into Ads Manager. And even something easier is getting the Ads Manager app on your phone. And you can quickly see your engagement. You can see how much every single click is costing you. You can see what age group you're attracting. So one thing that was really awesome with my Coffee and Confidence one, I seemed to be really attracting 40 to 55, and I wasn't even targeting that old. It seemed like all of my ads were always targeting that older age bracket, and that's fine, but it's not necessarily, that's a little bit past my target, my niche. So I was trying to figure out ways to really kind of bring that down a little bit. And I'm so happy because my Coffee and Confidence is actually targeting 26 to 37 now, which is exactly kind of where I want to be. Like, of course I'd go to 43, but it's a better target. So it's attracting the right people now. And that you have to play around with it. That's the one thing about doing ads. You have to be willing to just be patient and play around with it. That's why you need to be checking it all the time and seeing, okay, it doesn't look like that target's working. Let's just go in and change it a little bit. I'll change up some of the interests and see if that works better. Maybe it's the image, maybe it's the quote. Like, you just kind of have to play around with it. You also take what I'm saying to you, but I really think you need to invest some time in some education as well. And education is very easy. You go to YouTube and you search Facebook ads. You know, how to start a Facebook ad, and sort of listen to a couple of other people talking about it and get some tips from them. On the team page tonight, I'm going to share some really great training that I've watched and listened to, and I really would suggest that you guys do the same. I mean, I'm not an expert at this at all. I'm just kind of going through it myself, so I can only kind of give you tips. Okay, so this is the challenge group ad I have going right now. So I just want to kind of show you my ad set. So right now I just have $5 a day on it. My audience is Canada, the United States, 26 to 43, female, English. My exclusions are what I talked to you about: Team Beachbody, Carl, Team Beachbody Coach, Isogenics, It Works, Coach Connections. And then my interests, The Children's Place, Williams and Sonoma, Crate and Barrel, Wine, Kate Spade, Scary Mummy, Stay at Home Mom, Aveda, Michael Kors, Starbucks, Jillian Michaels, Body Revolution, Hairstylist, Parents 3 to 5, Parents 6 to 8, Parents with early school age. So that's kind of really me, right? Like, that's really narrowing down to what I am. I can't see over there. How can I get this here? Okay, so it does say, now this is something that we used to pay so much attention to a couple years ago, like, oh my God, that's such a broad range of people. Apparently what I'm hearing now is that just doesn't really matter. You don't even look at that over there if you're if you've taken other training. Apparently it doesn't matter. The one thing you do want to do is get Instagram off. Even if you have an Instagram page, everything that I'm hearing from all the training is Instagram ads are not working. It is a real waste of your money. I don't know if maybe some of you know differently, but I've taken this kind of training from three different people right now, and they're all saying the same thing. So you need to click on edit placements, and literally what you do is you just take that off. So, whoops. I'd click edit placements and I would take Instagram off. So it's just going to go to Facebook. And this stuff you don't have to worry about. I've never done anything there.
So
Yep.
So with the Facebook, do you leave the side one and then the news feed up, both of them, or?
I do. You know,
Okay.
quite
I
honestly.
know Brian had talked about not doing the right column.
Yeah, Brian always says that still, and I disagree like a lot, because to be honest, those are the ads that I pay attention to. I really scroll very quickly through things that show up in my news feed, but I actually really see a lot of them in my right column. Like I see them. You know how you might go to, let's say you looked at a pair of shoes and all of a sudden it's showing up in your Facebook feed, like it's in that right column. Like you'll go to Town and Shoe Company or whatever that's called and look at a pair of shoes, and then all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, how did Facebook know that I want those shoes? So, and they'll show up in your, that's where those ads show up. I personally find them more, I don't know, I see them more. So I keep that on. And as far as my targets go, I get as many people looking at that column as I do the news feed. But that's something you have to, you know, figure out for yourself. And that's the Facebook app on your phone really helps with that. It shows you that, you know, where people are seeing your ads. Does that make sense, Dar?
Yeah.
Okay. I honestly think since Brian has done a training, maybe things have changed quite a bit from what I am getting from who I'm taking stuff from. Not that they know everything, but it seems to be working for me right now. So,
and stuff changes every day.
Wow, like stuff changes so fast, right? So, okay. So that would be where I would set my budget, you know, and usually I honestly, you can set it for a certain amount of time, but because you have the option of turning ads on and off, I just set it. And like, I don't put an end day on it. I just put $5 a day, and you could do $1 here if you wanted. $1 a day, and then you decide when you're going to stop it. You just have to make sure you keep going and checking it, right? So that's what I do. I don't worry about ending it at any point. I just have this a continuous ongoing ad all the time. So I always have people in my funnel. Sometimes, like if I'm low on Success Club, I might go in there and say, okay, I'm going to pump that baby up. I'm going to put $25 on it so I have a whole big new group of people to talk to. The more money you put on it, the more people that are going to respond to it. That's just the way it is. I mean, when I do a coaching ad, and I really don't think you guys should get into that yet. Quite honestly, I don't think there's anyone on our team that necessarily, they can be really frustrating to, you know, it's kind of a waste of money until you get some trust built up on your page and get people liking your page. And then you can actually specifically target the people that like your page. So you can do everything with targeting. It's quite amazing. But I would suggest starting with like that coffee and confidence post, something that talks to your audience, get people liking your page, start with that. Depending on your budget, you might want to do a challenge group post every once in a while, or whatever. You'll have to make your own choices on that. I know that I do both, right? I don't have a problem spending $10 a day on it, but I'm at a different spot. So that's what I've done. So then this is all done for me right now. I didn't change anything, did I? I don't think so. So save and close. And then I could go in and I'll show you the post. So I think it's a lot easier to just go and post what you want to have as an ad on your page. Just go put it, like make it a post on your page, and then go and boost it from there and do all of that. It used to be that you had to come in here to the ads manager to do all of this, but honestly,
Mom, I found some socks in mine.
Okay, thank you. Honestly, I think it's easier just to post it on your page, and then you can do that boost post, but just make sure that you're targeting the specific people. Don't just boost a post and let it go to chance. But this is where I can go in and I can actually, after the fact, if I want to change some things, then you go into the ads manager. So if you've had it running for a day and you feel like, oh, this is just not working, you can go in and change your targets. You can go in and change your budget. You can turn it off. If I thought, oh, maybe I should change a little bit of wording here, I could do that too. You could edit it. All right, I'm going to cancel that. Okay. What question? I'm sure you have thousands of questions, actually. Go ahead, fire away. What else can I tell you?
I have a question about, you said when people click on your post, then you get charged.
Can you say that again?
You said something about whenever somebody clicks on your post, then you get charged.
Yep.
So what does that mean exactly? Like, you don't get charged every single time they click, or it's just as soon as one?
Every single time someone, that's right, Darlene? Every single time someone clicks on your post, you're going to get charged. You won't get charged. Like, if you have an ad that like absolutely no one looks at, I don't get charged until someone engages on that post. And then I don't even know exactly how they do that, but it's all about how much action your post is getting. So the more action your post is getting, the less you're going to get charged. But if you're just having like a couple people like it, like say in a day, I have $5 on a post, and the first person engages on it, then you start getting charged. And you can literally see how much you're paying for every single click. So right now, my Coffee and Confidence ad is doing amazing. I'm only getting charged 8 cents each time.
Okay.
Right? But I don't know if you noticed, my challenge group just jumped up to 32 cents. It was at 24. So I need to go back in and change that, because 32 cents a click is too much for me. So, I mean, there's no magic formula. Like a coaching ad, I would pay 50 cents. I mean, if I get a good coach out of it, it's worth it, right? Like, you have to make your own choice on that. But like 9 cents is amazing. Even if I only make 10 weeks, I mean, it's really worth it. But that's how that goes. So that's why you want to pay attention. You can't just let it go. You have to get that thing on your phone and really keep your eyes on it. I'll just try and show you guys fast. So can you see? Yeah. Anyways, it's just a Facebook ads app, and it's so awesome. You can see it's so much easier to understand than your desktop.
Thank you.
Does that make sense a little bit? Kind of. So here I can literally go into my coffee. Oh my gosh. My coffee thing, my coffee ad, and I can click it. So I've spent, since March 7th, I've spent $44, but it's 9 cents per engagement. Like, I'm not going to be able to talk anymore. Let's see. Okay. So, and then I can like totally see everything about this. See, so women, obviously, it's 8 cents per engagement for ages 25 to 34, and 285 of the like 600 have been women that are 25 to 34. And remember, they're 25 to 34. They're from the US or Canada, so they can work with me. They like Starbucks. They maybe like wine. Like, they like some things that I like. So that is worth 9 cents to me. You know, like when I look at their profile pictures, as I see who's liked, they usually have a little girl. Like, it's crazy how much when you get that targeting down, but you have to play around with it. I've played around with it quite a bit to figure it out. So then it also 233 have been from 35 years old to 44 years old. It tells you who, like where they're seeing your ad. And this is interesting. 516 have seen it on their mobiles, so on their phones. Only 2 engagements have been on the desktop. Isn't that crazy? I think that's crazy because I don't do anything on my phone, actually. I do everything on my desktop. And obviously, oh, this is interesting as well, but I think I maybe only added Canada tonight. I'm not sure. It's telling me that most are from the United States, but I think I just changed that. I think I just added Canada into that ad. But you can really see a lot on this app. So if you're gonna play around with ads, make sure you get this because it's always with you and you can always be checking. And all you have to do to turn it off, like there's a button that says active, and I literally just have to go, I sweep it over. So if you see, like if tomorrow morning I wake up and it says all of a sudden that it's costing me 45 cents, I'm going to be like, screw that. And I turn it off and it's just done. It's done, over. It's very easy. It's not like you're wasting your money. You're not locked into anything, but you have to pay attention to it. I did forget an ad that I had $50 on once over the weekend. It was a bad deal. So don't do that. Sometimes, and the only time I would do this would be for a coaching, like a coaching blitz. I will actually go and I'll put like $200 on it. I never have any intention of spending $200, but what Facebook does is they say, wow, she is going to spend some money on this. And they show it to a ton of people at the beginning. So I'll get this influx of comments like, I'm in. And if I get to like 50 comments, I turn it off. So I maybe only spent $70. Well, if I get 50 comments, it cost me $70. I'm probably going to get something out of that. And that's the cost of a challenge pack. In my mind, that's very well worth the money. So you have to do your own math on that stuff, but that's a little trick you can do. You can put a little bit more money into it right at the beginning because you have the ability to turn it right off whenever you want to. And I mean, I wouldn't want more than 50 comments. There's no way I could ever handle that, really. Like, it probably wasn't 50. It was probably 25 because I can't follow up and have good conversations with more people than that. But what it did is it got my ad out there really, really fast and to a lot of eyes. So it made sense to up the budget, but I knew I was not going to spend that much money.
Michelle, sorry, what's the app called for your phone?
It's just Facebook ads, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Facebook ads.
I think Ads Manager.
Is
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little green triangle-y thing. Yeah, it's good though. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily, you can do your ad right from there too. Like if you post your post on your page, you can go in and just boost it right from there, the phone app as well. You can do everything from the phone app. I just am old school, I guess. I always do it from my desktop. Did that make any sense? This is confusing. It really is. And that's why I really need you to go and do a little bit of your own research because the more you hear it, the more sense it makes. I could go and do an ad for all of you. Like I've done that for lots, but then you don't learn it and it's your money. Like I can only know what I'm going to do with my money. I can't decide what you should do with yours. And it doesn't take that much time to, listen to a couple of videos, just make it part of your business development. I'm going to post, like I said, and it's free education. I haven't paid for this education. It's just been what I found on YouTube, and I've heard of a couple different people that are kind of doing a lot of great education, and I've just listened to them, just like Facebook ads for beginners. And it's not as difficult as it used to be to get these ads going. Like you can do it right from that boost button now. I think the most important part is the exclusions, to be honest, because you're wasting your money if Team Beachbody coaches are seeing your stuff. That is a total waste of time and money. So you really want to make sure you get your exclusions done, and then just play around with your targets. I mean, I think we overcomplicate that. Whatever you're interested in, use that. That's all I did. I took a list, I took a piece of paper and just started like scribbling out all these things that, like, where do I shop? Where's my furniture from? Where's that picture from? Where's my clothes from? My jewelry from? Like, people are going to like the same things. My kids' clothes, Terry's clothes, like all that kind of stuff. Images, like that 21-day fix image, I just went to Canva. That's what I did. I got a nice picture. Do you guys all know how to use Canva? Yeah. So I just got a nice picture of Canva. I went and Google searched 21-day fix logo PNG. So write that down. That's important. So 21-day fix logo PNG, because what that means is it has a transparent background. So that's how I can upload that to Canva, and then I can put it on a picture from Canva, and it's not white. Like, it's not like a you know, it doesn't have a white square and then the logo.
It's transparent.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah. So then all I did is I searched in Canva, woman exercising, or, you know, fitness woman, like, and I found something that I was attracted to. She had abs. She was doing a sit-up. You got to be careful. Facebook, there's no before and afters. You can't do before and afters. They don't want full-on ab shots. Like, you can't. What Facebook won't allow you to do is make promises. So you can't have in your text, I lost 90 pounds and I'm going to help you do the same thing. That's promising that you are going to help them lose 90 pounds. Not happening. They're going to deny it. So what happens when you click OK or boost on your ad is it goes into, what's it called? Like, it has to be accepted. What's the word?
In review.
Yeah, in review. So, and sometimes that takes a whole day. Like, sometimes it takes 5 minutes, and sometimes it takes frickin' 3 days. Like, you never know. I've had them take a long time. I've had to, my God, where's my words? Appeal. I've had to appeal them before because I can't think of anything in it that's wrong. And usually I win the appeal, but there's just one word in there. Like, if you say, I'm going to help you and you are going to be this, you are going to feel better, you are going to be confident, they don't like that stuff. Like, it's promising stuff. So you do have to be careful with your images and your text. They'll just deny it and you have to start again. But it's a piss off because you spend a lot of time setting this up, especially in the beginning. And then if it's denied, it's like, starting again. So you can't do before and afters. You can't have like sexy abs showing. Like, you just can't. You got to have real type images.
That's why I don't do them.
That's why Terry doesn't have his sexy body in my ad. But that's why I think doing like something like that coffee thing is a really good starting point for you guys, just to try out some different things. The challenge group ads are a little bit more complicated. There's a little less bang for your buck. They're a little more, I don't know. I just think this way, getting some likes and getting some conversations started, getting these people into your support group and really, dealing with it that way is a great way to start. Do the challenge. I'm not saying don't do it, but I think if you're just going to do one or the other, I might start that way if you are just brand new to having a like page. Like, I just started this myself, like you saw on the 7th of March, but I can't really believe the really great conversations I'm having with some women that are just like, all of a sudden we're talking about kids because she has an adopted 6-year-old too. I'm like, whoa, how did we find each other? Wow.
So Michelle, can I just ask, this boosted post you're doing, are you sort of doing the same thing with like a challenge group ad? You're inviting them and you're messaging them at the exact same time and adding them as a friend?
Yeah.
Or are you waiting till they like your page?
No, I don't wait at all.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
Just
just
you're jumping on them right away,
Yeah,
messaging
right
them with like, thanks for the like on my page.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Here's the link to my support group if you want to join. Okay.
I'm having more luck with it than the challenge group ad that we've all been running. First of all, with the challenge group ad, you can't tag these people anymore.
I can sometimes I can. It's really weird.
Yeah.
But I've not had much luck with it, but like today I was able to do maybe one of them I could. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Well, and especially on your phone, I found you can't. On my phone, it doesn't work to tag them back.
Yeah.
And it could be sporadic. Once every 3 days I can, and then it's gone again.
And with the challenge group ad, like your engagement is higher, right? Like it's usually I'm comfortable when it's like 25 cents, 27 cents. Like I feel like at least I know they're interested in losing weight and they want a challenge. Like it specifically says challenge and they've answered, I'm interested. The problem with that is though, it is costing you more money. And a lot of times it takes months and months and months for this to give you any return. And I'm not kidding. Like Megan, I'm sure, and Darlene would say the same. Like there's not very many like, hey, you're interested in my challenge. Awesome. Let's sign you up. Like that is not how it goes. It's like that whole funnel, building the relationship, getting to know each other, like forming for about 6 months. It takes a long time. So I feel like if you don't have that expectation in that first ad, you're going to just feel a lot better. You're not spending as much money for each connection, and you can really make some great relationships, put them in your support group, make sure you're following up with them, and just treat it like a new friend that you would add into your support group anyways. Just treat it the same way. So as soon as this person likes that picture and quote, you click on them, you invite them to like your page, but then you also add them as a friend and send them our normal, hey, how are you? I love connecting with other moms. Are you interested in health and fitness? Are you working towards any goals right now? I have a private group here on Facebook. I'd love to have you. Here's the link. No worries if you don't want to, blah, blah, blah. Like the one we always send everybody. And I have lots of people like messaging me back. And I mean, we're getting into conversations where a lot of times in a challenge group, oh my God, I could have 10 people say I'm interested and not one of them message me back. And that is frustrating when that's cost me 25 cents each one out of my $5 a day. Because you've set that limit, right? Like Facebook isn't going to go over $5 a day. If you've said $5, that's what they're going to let you spend. So if you've wasted that $5 on 10 stupid women that won't message you back, it's really frustrating. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. Is it at all helpful, or did it make?
That was like super helpful for me anyways. Like amazing.
Awesome. And I mean, I'm definitely will help. Like you probably saw, I'm like a admin on a lot of people's accounts. I don't mind doing that at all. And I can go in and like, I won't say that I'll be responsible for keeping a watch on it because that's too hard for me to do, but I will definitely help set up targets and walk you through it. We can have our own little Zoom call and actually set up an ad together, whatever. I don't mind doing that at all. But you have to promise me that you're going to do your due diligence and watch some YouTube videos on your own too. And I will post them. There's a guy called Zach. I don't know how to say his last name. Zach Buxter or something. I don't know. But he's really good. And there was a woman I saw today too that was really good too. So I'll post them on our team page. Okay? Alrighty, guys. Good night. Have a good night, guys. Bye.